Welcome to Be Seen Season 2. Hosted by yours truly, Divina Duven. Hola mis amores, it's your host Divina Duven, and we're back with another episode of To Be Seen Season 2. Today's guest is a true legend of the Midwest drag scene. For years, she has captivated audiences across the country with her electrifying performances, commanding stage presence, and dedication to the art of drag. Among many accomplishments, she is a former Miss Kentucky and Illinois Continental, Miss Gay Indiana 2017, and most recently, Miss Naptown 2025. She has built a career defined by excellence, professionalism, and deep love for entertaining. Beyond the titles, she is a respected mentor, show director, and leader within our community, continuing to inspire both audiences and the next generation of drag alike. Whether she is directing the Sirens of 16th Street or commanding the stage herself, she brings a level of professionalism and passion that is truly inspiring. It is my honor to welcome to the To Be Seen stage, Sage Summers.
Thank you. That was quite an introduction. I'm over here just inwardly beaming. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
You deserve all of that and more, and we are so honored and happy that you get to sit down with us and we get to learn a little bit more about you and your story. So, thank you so much.
I'm ready. Ask away.
So, I want to bring it back right to the beginning. Do you remember your first ever performance?
Absolutely.
Yeah, would you like to tell us about it?
Well, it's not the happy-go-lucky story as many people have.
Mhm.
Um, the first song that I performed was actually not my original choice.
Mhm.
It seems like many of the moments of my career have been defined by last minute or fly by the seat of my pants decisions.
Mhm.
And that was the very beginning of it. I had originally planned on starting my career with a Diana Ross song because she is my idol.
Mhm.
But and I had invited so many friends and things and family, and it was for me intended to be a momentous occasion. Well, that was not to be.
Mhm.
Not a single friend of mine showed up. Not a one, not a family member, not a single person in the audience for me. So I changed my song at the last minute to Celine Dion's All By Myself.
Oh, mhm.
And it was very passionate, if you would.
Mhm.
So passionate to the point that the strap on my halter dress broke. And by that time, I had been around enough seasoned queens
Mhm.
to know that it's not about the fail, it's always about the recovery.
Okay.
Remember that.
Mhm.
But my strap broke and I caught it right here and I kept performing and I sold the song. It was a newcomer show.
Mhm.
And at the end of the night, I was the only newcomer that the show director asked back because of that. So it actually worked to my benefit
Mhm.
that those assholes didn't show up.
Okay. And it's a beautiful story, and it shows that a lot of times things may not go how we think they're gonna go,
No, they
but
don't.
those are the instances where we recover and things turn out to be even better than
Yes, they
what we
do.
expected it.
Yes, they do.
Thank you so much for sharing that
No
story,
problem.
Slage.
I am an open book. Go right ahead.
Um, do you remember that first time that you saw maybe a drag or like a drag queen or an entertainer that you were like, oh, this is something that maybe I would like to do in the future? I would love to know what are those inspirations or people that you looked up to before you got started or while you were getting started.
I can absolutely tell you the first instance. I got kicked out of school for fighting. Uh, I had a week suspension. Little boy called me a faggot. I punched him in the mouth. Hey, whatever.
Period.
But I got suspended. So I'm sitting at home and I go downstairs to the living room, TV. It's spring break,
Mm-hmm.
or the beginnings of it, if you would. And I turn on the TV because I got nothing else to do. And on comes, MTV Spring Break, and RuPaul comes across the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you got to be shitting me, really? And I said, this is a thing?
Right.
And that was the beginning
Hmm.
of me thinking that this is a possibility. I don't know what this is by definition, but this is in fact a possibility. And then we fast forward 5 years or so later, and I get into my first gay nightclub,
Hmm.
underage, of course, as the best of us do. I get into the nightclub, and I walk in, and literally, when you walk in, it was called the Fallout, and you turn to the left, and there's the stage. And I look right in there, and there is the most fabulous queen on the stage at that moment, giving it her all. Like she's belting out a ballad, and she is absolutely stunning.
Hmm.
And I looked and I said, oh, immediately taken back to that RuPaul
Hmm.
moment. And I said, oh, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. So, yeah, I remember it specifically that moment. And as a matter of fact, the first queen I ever saw on stage, her name was Miss Vogue, and she was it.
That's another beautiful story. You have the title and go by the title of The Electrifying Sage Summers.
Mhm.
I would love to know how did that title came to be?
I actually had nothing to do with it.
Hmm.
I was at Talbot Street,
Hmm.
and there's some debate as to whether DJ Deanne or whether Vicky gave me the title first. I'm not absolutely certain who pitched it,
Hmm.
but to whichever one of those ladies did, thank you. But that tag was apparently given by the effect that they saw
Hmm.
that I had on the audience at the time. So, and it just stuck.
And it makes sense for you. As I said on the intro, you are known for your electrifying performances and the way you are able to command the stage. So
Thank
I absolutely love that that's a way that people and yourself introduce yourself to the world.
you. Electric.
Okay. People can find you every
Mhm.
Friday and Saturday at the Grexer Place showroom for the
Mhm.
Sirens of 16th Street, where you are the host and show director. I would love to speak a little bit about that. What's your favorite part about having a show that you get to produce and host?
That's a two-part question.
Yeah.
My first and most important
Mhm.
part of the show is being able to give someone else the opportunity that I was almost denied when I
Mhm.
was younger. To be able to be a gateway for someone else's career to start, to watch them grow.
Mhm.
That is like one of my greatest prides
Mhm.
is to see. And in case an example, there are entertainers in the city like uh, Bella Shade, MJ Banks, or Aurora, or even Aria Amethyst.
Mhm.
Those girls, and oh my God, I forgot. How could I possibly forget Anita Schwans?
Mhm.
She is our country baby.
Mhm.
To watch them grow and develop on our stage to the entertainers that they are now. Not that I'm solely responsible for it, not that, but to be able to play a part in the development of those entertainers and to watch them grow.
Mhm.
And then I watch the audience interact with them and they light up when they see
Mhm.
them. And you see the beginnings of someone else's journey.
Mhm.
That is a source of pride for me.
Mhm.
And the second part of that is actually being able to provide the audience with a mix of entertainers that they all can thoroughly enjoy.
Mhm.
You're not going to see 3 and 4 dancing queens in a row or 3 or 4 ballad queens in a row.
Mhm.
You're going to get a well-rounded show at the Sirens. I live by the theory, if you don't like what's on stage right now, give it about 5 or 6 minutes, something totally different will be there. And that is the way it goes. Our show can go uh, from Martina McBride to Megan Thee Stallion
Mhm.
within a 10-minute span.
Mhm.
And it's all good for everybody. There's something for everyone.
Yeah. You do a fantastic job at your show, and it not only goes to the impact that you have on the entertainers and people in our scene, um, and that's shown by how much they value you and respect you. So you are doing an incredible job there, but also on this show itself. there's so many people and us every time that we get to come to town and go to one of your shows. We know that it's going to be an incredible time. You see many regulars there. Many of our friends and like young people love to go see your shows and have a good time. So you're also creating a beautiful safe space for people to come and have a great time here in Indianapolis.
Thank you.
I want to get a little bit more personal and outside of performing in drag.
Please do.
What are some of the things that bring you joy in your life?
Mhm. Well, my ring is on my station right now, but the one of the greatest things that give me joy is my husband. He is equal parts the sunshine in my day and the bane of my existence. And I think I am the same for him. No relationship is perfect. And I think the best part of it is figuring out who's worth it and
Yeah.
is it worth it. And he absolutely is.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. It is so important and so nice to have somebody that sees you in that way and have that support system in your life. I know I can relate to you with Nick that's outside of the camera. But I do think it's very, very important to have that support system, and it's such a beautiful answer. Um, at the end of the day, the people that we have around are a big part of what we do, and that bring us joy.
Yeah. And he
Um,
barbecues well as well. That's another reason why I keep him around because he is a grill master and I like to eat.
what are some of your favorite things to eat?
That is such a loaded question. But um honestly, I come from a really big family.
Mhm.
So I am still learning how to cook in smaller portions
Mhm.
because my mom cooks like she's feeding an army.
Mhm.
And I learned to cook from her. Um, I should say, because I don't want to limit myself, anything that is cooked with love,
Mhm.
seasoned with love.
Mhm.
Um, I am a big fan of Italian.
Oh,
That's probably
yes.
my favorite. Pasta, sauces, and that's why everything I have on has elastic in it because I like
Yeah.
pasta. But I love my husband's grill meat.
Mhm.
I love desserts. I am really getting into baking, even though I probably
Mhm.
shouldn't.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Italian is my favorite though.
Yeah. I asked the question to you because I am outside of drag and entertainment and performing. I went to culinary school, so I'm very passionate about cooking and baking, and I
And
always want to know.
there's no pastries here.
I have to once we are here closer to Indy
Mhm.
and we can be able to like bake and cook more, then we can deliver to the people that
And that's on
we
film,
love.
right? Great.
Right. Like now I have to do it. Um, but yeah, that's another thing I love, and I always tell myself that as long as I make something with love, I know it's gonna be so good. It's gonna have my own little twist to it because it's coming from my heart. Um, and cooking can be a little bit of a love language too for the people that we love, and I love sharing it with others. We're gonna go ahead and take a little break, and we'll be right back with our next segment of To Be Seen.
We'll be back.
I hope you're enjoying this week's episode of To Be Seen. We want to give a shout out to the electrifying Sage Summers as she celebrates her birthday this Friday and Saturday, July 17th. Make sure to come out to Gregster Place to celebrate with Sage and see an amazing show. We hope you have a wonderful weekend and year ahead, Sage. We love you. Welcome back to Be Seen Season 2 with our very special guest, Sage Summers. We are moving on to our brand new segment here on To Be Seen, which is the voicemail. While we were on our break, the phone keeps ringing, and I think there might be a little message for you in there, Sage. So whenever you're ready, you can pick it up and listen.
I hope it's not someone I don't like. Hello. that thing ring 5 times. Pick it up. It's your granddaughter, Celeste Aldreams. And Sage, I had to call you about something extremely important really quick. Sage, I love you more than you will ever know. The impact, the integrity, the image that you have had on me as an entertainer thus far, it goes unmatched, and there is no one in this world I would rather carry on in legacy. Now, Sage, I'm a new entertainer. At the time you're listening to this, I am the current reigning Miss Snaptown Newcomer 2026. And I need to know from you, and I want you to tell everybody, and look at the camera. I need you to look at that camera and tell them the tea. What can we do as new entertainers in this modern day and age and industry? What advice do you have for us? What can we do better? What do we do bad? Drop the tea. Because Sage, I do this to carry on your legacy. I do this to make sure that your generation, one of the first, will not be the last. I love you more than you'll ever know. And I know you probably got them titties out. Oh, cover them up. And you got 10 bangles on one arm. Fix that. I love you, baby. Oh. That is beautiful. And thank you for that moment.
Of course.
When I started this business, I wanted to be the best. I wanted to be one of the girls who left the legacy. And I worked at it, and I've been working at it. And sometimes you work so long and so hard that you never get a chance to really stop and see the effect that you're having on others.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear things like that, those moments, you realize that all of your work has not gone unnoticed. And not gone unappreciated. So that is everything. Thank you. But as to the question, the advice that I would give the next generation, it's a multi-pronged statement, but it covers the gamut of what most new entertainers, in my opinion, need to know and do. One, listen to your elders, not out of respect, because no one is owed anything. Respect is earned, not given. I've never been a fan of respecting anybody who didn't earn my respect or didn't return respect. So let's get that first. But listen to what the older generation has to say, because in those little stories and those little bits of advice are the keys to your future. And you don't even realize it. When I say it's the keys to your future, no one is necessarily trying to dictate to you. We're trying to give you the keys to the business. Particularly girls in my generation like Vicky St. James, Coco Cartier, Asia, Ladies of Legend, by the way. We give the advice that we give because we see that you have what it takes to go the distance. And one of the greatest bits of advice I give a new generation entertainer is to treat this as if it is just that, a business. If you treat it like a business, you invest your time and your money and your love, it's going to pay out dividends over the course of your career. That comes in how you interact with your audience, how you interact with show directors and club owners. All of that is part of a functioning business. So that's one. Listen to your elders, because we are not necessarily trying to mold you in the image of ourselves or anyone else. We're trying to give you the tools to build a career, and take it from a person who is coming up on 28 years of a career. It definitely pays off. It definitely pays to listen. I listen, and those who did listen to me are now thriving. And a little bit of advice. I live by it today. Anybody that I have helped grow, Desiree DeMornay, rest her soul, started me in this business, and she gave me the tools. And back then, people were charging for that. She didn't charge me anything, but she did make me make one promise. And she said, everything that I have taught you, everything that I've given to you, You teach it and give it to the next generation for free because I gave it to you for free. And that way the business will go on for everybody. And that's what I do. The second part of it is do not lose sight of yourself.
Mhm.
I see a lot of entertainers who uh, cling to the coattails of what they assume or think are more established entertainers, and they lose who they are. I just said this to you.
Mhm.
One of the things I love the most about you with the Pride pageant is because that you were 110% you.
Thank you.
All things Divina. They don't need another version of who the hell else.
Right.
They need a first version of you.
Mhm.
And I just love to see people and entertainers take the advice that we give them and develop their own character, whoever they are. You don't need to be house of whatever the hell to make it. Just be you, invest in you, grow you. You know, take the time and the money and the advice and fertilize the plant that is you. Watch it grow. You'll be surprised. It'll be beautiful.
Thank you so much, Sage. And I couldn't agree more. I feel like all of the tools are out there, and us as new entertainers have the option to listen and apply those tools to our own journey. We don't have to build the exact same road that somebody else built, but we can use all of the same tools and all of the advice to be able to build our own and go on and build our careers. And you can see it on people and entertainers out there that are taking all of those tools to build their own journeys. You can definitely see it in our community, and it's an example of all of that.
And you'll look up Davina in the next 5 or 6 years with what you're doing right now.
Thank you.
And you think that this is just something to do.
Mhm.
And you're going to realize that you have become an inspiration for somebody else.
Yeah, thank you. That's definitely a goal to have for me in the future, and something that I'll strive to continue to do as I go in my career, because I
Absolutely.
think it is beautiful to inspire others.
And get yourself some bangles.
Yes, I do. I
I
do need.
I am the Bangle Babe,
Mhm.
created by Patience Claire specifically for me.
I was about to give a shout out to Patience, the professor of jewels. I have to, now that we will be more in Indianapolis, we'll be able to build a better relationship with Patience. That quick story before we move on to our next segment.
Tell it.
Sage helped me and helped got me together for when I competed at Continental to get my jewels from Patience, and that's one of the things that I got almost the most compliments on how beautiful they were and how they matched the gown perfectly. So thank you for that like small
Oh,
piece of
no problem.
advice.
No problem. All
And
I did was I took a picture
mhm,
and I called Patience. I said, "Bitch, you get that picture?" She
mhm,
said, "Yes." I said, "This is Davina. She needs jewelry. The pageant is next week." And she looked it over. She said, "Oh, yeah, send her to me. I got her."
yeah,
And when I saw the pictures,
mhm. She absolutely delivered, and yeah, we love you so much and appreciate you so much, Patience. To close out this segment, I have one more question that's kind of related to both what Celeste said and then talking about having a show like it is the Sirens of 16th Street. And that question is, to you, what separates a good entertainer from a great entertainer?
passion.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one thing that allows you to connect not only to the song but to the audience. You, we've all seen examples. You can see a girl absolutely stunning,
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous hair, makeup, and it's like watching paint dry.
Yeah.
And you'll see a girl out there in some rainbow drag, living her best life, cartwheeling, turning, and giving it her all.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that you remember. It's not the clothes, it's not the makeup, it's her passion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what entertainers are made of.
Yeah.
That ability to connect, that fire that comes from within, that ability to storytell,
Mm-hmm.
you know, uh, kind of like when you perform,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to use you an example because I see so much in you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I've watched you do multiple numbers.
Mhm.
But to watch you do Selena is something different
Yeah.
because it's like something turns on.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that means to
Mm-hmm.
you, that passion is what I talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It's something to see. And if you think I'm crazy, go back and watch your videos.
No, I
Your
completely
Selena,
agree. And I
it's
feel it
personal.
too.
I can see it.
Yeah.
That's that passion. That's what separates a good entertainer from a great entertainer.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And if you think I'm crazy, another example I can give you, I'm going to wrap this up because I know
Yeah.
I'm long winded. But if you ever get a chance to see Vicky St. James
Mm-hmm.
do Stephanie Mills, I Feel Good All Over,
Mm-hmm.
and Vicky's no dancer, Vicky will stand in one place and tell you a story so beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
That is her song. So if you
Yep.
ever get a chance,
Yep.
watch it. That is a great performance. It's that passion, and you have it too.
Thank you so much, Sage. I want to give a shout out to our Miss NAFTA newcomer 2026, Celeste All Dreams, for helping us out with this segment and for that beautiful message. We're going to take another little break and we'll be right back with some more Sage Summers. Thank you. Thank you for watching To Be Seen. Here's some shows and events that we wanted to highlight on today's episode. First up, on Sunday, July 26th, Brunchfest 2026 at Healer. Enjoy a brunch menu, drag performers, artist vendors, and 10 incredible musical acts. Doors open at 11. Next, on Saturday, August 1st, the Estate Fair comes to the back door. And on August 6th, Let the Music Play presents Madonna-rama, a drag show celebrating Madonna, featuring all Madonna performances, hosted by Ava Morningstar. I feel like it still has so much more to that it can
Absolutely.
grow into.
Honestly, that's one of the things I love most about Aria. If you watch Aria perform,
Like she's
that passion, when that lady jumps back and clacks them motherfucking, oh, mama's in
yes,
the zone.
yes.
When that bitch gets that going, oh, bitch, you can hold it. You gotta wait. Mama's doing her thing.
And you can, that's like one thing you can tell she's feeling it, she's loving
Mhm.
it. And again, that passion just like shows right through.
And don't be afraid to let go. I know a lot of entertainers, the young entertainers, are stopped by that because they're afraid of looking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go through that to figure out where your line is, where you
Yeah,
are. You may look stupid, but what's on the other side of that
right.
is fabulousness. Like that's the meat.
Mm-hmm.
It's just on the other side of
Mm-hmm.
that. I should really say that you're very thorough in how you direct your interviews. That's whatever
Thank you.
this is going to be. I cannot wait to see
Thank you.
because it has all the potential to be a really big thing for our community.
Yeah, we're putting a lot of work into it. That way it can grow
Yeah,
into something.
I see that.
Welcome back to another episode of To Be Seen. This time we have in the studio the electrifying Sage Summers.
Thank you.
Welcome again, Sage. To open up this segment, I have a question that is, if you could revisit one night in your career, not to change anything, but just to like go back and watch and enjoy, what night would it be?
That would have to be the night that I started.
Yeah.
It all started there. Um, the same passion that I told you about.
Mm-hmm.
I already had it, but the fire was lit that night
Mm-hmm.
because I knew, regardless of what anybody else said, I didn't know how it was going to happen or when it was going to happen, but I knew it was going to happen
Mm-hmm.
one way or another. But if I could go back to that night, I would tell that person that it's going to be all right because I had equal parts disappointment, not in myself, but in friends and family. And I didn't necessarily doubt myself, but I said, well, what did I do?
Mm-hmm.
Or what could I have done? I would go back and tell that person, oh, you're fine. You're going to do just fine. And fuck those people.
Yeah. at the end of the day, that night ended up being like more than you thought, and like even down the line, many years down the line, you can still look back at it and be like, that was the beginning of everything, and things played out the way they needed to play out, and here you are as the beautiful and incredibly talented person that you are.
Thank you. Then I actually created what I do now,
Mm-hmm.
whereas because I don't want anybody else, if I can help it,
Mm-hmm.
to feel that.
Yeah.
I want everybody to, especially young entertainers, to feel seen.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you feel seen, then you go forward with a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more courage.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to build that courage or even look to other people for it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it in yourself. You know, if it just takes a little bit of kindness. So.
Yeah. To shift gears a little bit, I want to touch base on pageantry specifically.
I love pageants.
You have done and won many titles throughout your career. So I wanted to ask specifically what it is about pageantry that you love so much.
Okay. In a nutshell, I love the growth
Mm-hmm.
that comes from pageantry. Oftentimes, when you lose pageants, or they say lose, you actually get more there
Mm-hmm.
in that moment than you do anywhere else. I've never lost a pageant. I've gained a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
But pageantry is to me, it represents competitiveness, which I'm a competitive person by nature. But it also represents sisterhood.
Mm-hmm.
I've met so many people around the country just by being in pageants, and didn't neither one of us win the damn pageant,
Mm-hmm.
but we're the best of friends today.
Mm-hmm.
So I love pageantry more than anything for that reason.
Yeah.
The sisterhood and the competitiveness of it all, the growth.
Yeah. I completely agree, even with the very few experiences that I have had. And the reason why I keep coming back is because I get so much feedback.
Mm-hmm.
I get to learn, I get to see my growth in real time from like doing one, applying all of those critiques, and then going and doing another one. And I can see myself growing. Um, Even the relationships that you build. Somebody one time said that you can keep yourself booked um, your whole life by all of those relationships that you make at competitions and pageants. And I have seen the examples and like fruits of that. People that I have met backstage, even like dressers that I have caught their eye and they have offered me gigs all over. So I can completely relate to that. Um, One thing that I had written in here that I wanted to ask, and it's a piece of advice for myself, and I know I have spoke with Aura about this, is that obviously we put so much work and passion and time and money into building the perfect package for a pageant, or like what we think it's going to be the perfect, but then a lot of times things are not going to go the way you think. There's only one crown and there's many girls, and a lot of times that crown might not be for you. um, so it can be a little bit of a blow to your confidence, and it can bring a little bit of disappointment. um, what is some advice that you have to deal with that aftermath moment of maybe not getting the crown and being a little disappointed? Like, what have you been able to tell yourself or do in those moments?
Okay. First things first,
Mm-hmm.
don't speak out of emotion. Everybody loses.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to do a lifetime of damage based on a moment of emotion.
Right.
There's only one crown.
Mm-hmm.
Dana Douglas said it best for Miss Continental. The magic of the night only moves in the favor of one girl.
Mm-hmm.
And it may not be you that night. It may be somebody else's night. And also, people have to remember that just because that's the best that you have ever been does not mean you were the best of the night.
Right.
And when you're in the pageant, you're not watching the pageant. So you have no idea
Right.
what the other contestants did. But you know that you were fabulous and you feel fabulous. So you go in there, you go out there feeling like you have shut it down and you are the winner. But that's not necessarily the case. And you just have to remember in that moment that somebody else may have just been better.
Mm-hmm.
that has allowed me to go forward in competitions. I'm not going to win everything.
Right.
I've lost more than I have won. You know, I've had some dismal losses, but I've had some above the clouds wins, you know, and it's an equal balance for all of us. It's, it's good times.
Thank you, Sage.
Mhm.
A moment that was really special for you was your reign as Miss Snaptown 2025. I wanted to ask you about that a little bit, whatever you want to share. What did that experience meant for you? I know you had your step down a few weekends ago, and you had a beautiful reign that inspired so many people. So tell us a little bit about that and how that experience was for you.
Well, at this particular point, in just under 2 months, I'll be 50. And what my Naptown reign did was remind me that I may be getting older, but I'm nowhere near done. I still have what it takes. And there are a lot of older entertainers like me who are still pushing, who haven't reached all their goals. And that's okay. A lot of us are late bloomers. I feel like I might be in a late blooming stage of my career. And the sky's the limit still. You know, winning Naptown reminded me of that. I said it in my presentation speech at the pageant. It was glamorous inspiration. I felt glamorous because of how I looked. And the inspiration was my community because everybody came together. All it took was one person to realize that why I was competing, to remind myself that I have it still, and to prove it to myself. And once I said it into the room, it's like it lit a fire in everyone around me. And before I knew anything, they were there. They were the biggest push. Like, come on, girl, you still got it. Let's run this rehearsal one more time. Let's get that dress fitted one more time. You know, and it was an amazing feeling. Naptown, the competition and the reign itself, and most importantly, the step down gave me that, reminded me of that.
What's next for you? Do you have any idea of what you would like to pursue next?
Everything.
Beautiful, beautiful answer. As you said, the sky is the limit.
The sky is the limit. I will say this, I love pageantry. Continental has always been my dream, my goal. It's the first national pageant I got to watch in person, first national pageant I ever competed in. And you've been there, so you know.
It's
You
magical.
know what it feels. Victoria LePage said it in her Q&A when she won Continental. She says, every girl, no matter what she says, wants to be Continental. And that is so true. I am no exception. And I think you want to be Continental too.
Yes, yes. It is, there's something that's so magical about it. And I think it's just the way they do it. It's so big and so grand and everything you want in a pageant, I think.
But there are others that I want to win.
yeah.
So I don't want to
Yeah.
downplay any
Oh,
others because I
absolutely.
have other wins that I want. But yeah,
That could be something that could be out there to think of.
promoters, reach out to me.
Please.
I'm
And
your girl.
sponsors.
Oh, we love a sponsor. Give me money.
It's very expensive and it takes a lot to get to build a package to the level of a national or a big pageant like this. So definitely, if there's any sponsors out there that want to fund out Sage Stream and goal or future endeavor, please don't hesitate to reach out because we need you. We are reaching the end of our episode.
No.
Unfortunately, this has been such a beautiful and inspired conversation. Thank you so much, Sage.
Thank you for having me.
Here at TV Scene, we have a signature closer, which we give our guests the opportunity to look at the camera and the audience one more time and just have a moment to say whatever you want to leave us with, anything that you would like to tell the audience and the people watching out there. So whenever you're ready, you can look at the camera and just share your message.
Honey, you got one life to live. Don't waste it waiting around for somebody else. Don't waste it doubting yourself. Go for it. At the end of your days, you want the list of things that you didn't do and that you wish you had done be so much shorter than the list of things that you did and that you tried and you may have succeeded. The journey isn't always about the success. The journey oftentimes is about just that. The journey, the friends, the memories that you make. Sitting at home ain't gonna bring you shit. Get out in the world and live your life. Live, love, electrify.
This has been the electrifying Sage Summers. Thank you so much again, Sage, for being here. We are so honored to have you, and this was so fun, and I'm sure that people are going to enjoy watching this so much. We are so grateful for you, our audience, for making it to this point and watching. We appreciate all of your support, so make sure you like, comment, share, um, and with your support is what we need to be able to continue to share these stories and continue to build this platform that we have. So thank you so much for watching again, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, Sage.
Thank you.
Bye.